I'll take another, garçon. Play it again, Sam. Once more, with feeling. Do your job, Charlie Casino. Go ahead and hit me, but wash your hands first. Another card, but not too hard. I'm set. My prescription is full. No more, please. These will be more than adequate. I'll stand, and you'll fall. If I needed more cards, I'd buy the casino. I'll stand here and wait for you to flinch. I believe I'll double down. Double down on the double. I'll double D, capiche? It's time for this double agent to double down. I'll double. If I land a jack, I'll treat everyone here to a fine cognac. These cards have double down written all over them. I think I'll split these two. If it isn't the dynamic duo, be fruitful and separate. This is more fun than a slot machine with two arms. I'll dazzle you blind with this pair of gems. Beware of the explosion when I split this atom. I surrender. I've got nothing. Isn't that something? I've got to put these cards out of my misery. I surrender. I may be waving the white flag now, but I plan to be there for the checkered flag. Good dealer. Ugly cards. I surrender. This hand is my personal Vietnam. I have to get out. ASAP. I'm only mildly intrigued. Just curious how the other half lives. This is just an appetizer. Mighty oaks grow from the smallest acorns. That's just the overture. I'm tired of these little chips rattling around in my pockets. Maximum bet, but don't get overexcited. Just one block of bullion, I'm afraid. I'll shoot for the stars. Just one small vein from my personal motherlode. In the time it takes to place this bet, I'll earn it twice over from the interest in my bank account. These are just some spare chips I found lying around my penthouse. I believe I shall insure these cards. Yes, I'll participate in this insurance scam. When in Rome, they say you should open yourself to new experiences. I'll get the insurance. Insurance? How positively mainstream! I'll get some. Insurance is a race I don't want to run. Don't even look at me, little man. Move along. Insurance is for ex-wives, not your cards. None for me. You insure your wine cellar, not your cards. I'll pass. Insurance is like the Autobahn. I'll pass it. Mr. Money Magnet strikes again. I won again? I'm becoming predictable. I hope all this money won't exceed the load limit on my Lear jet. I love the smell of money in the morning. If I keep winning like this, I may have to run for president. This money just tucks right into my tuxedo. I lose. More booze. That was a real champagne in the neck. Dealer, we're not even married and you're robbing me blind. Glad I could help you keep your job, dealer. Don't be alarmed. There's plenty more where that came from. Thank goodness. I was running out of pockets to stuff my winnings in. Sterling is sterling. There's a handsome blackjack. A nuclear strike. A marriage made in heaven. The blackjack is a blue blood's green money. Superior breeding always pays off. That was inevitable. Oh, and waiter, I'll take your best champagne. I feel like buying an NFL franchise. I've got to leave before the media arrive. Till we meet again. Oh well, I suppose I'll just stick to junk bonds for a while. I think I'll buy this casino and have it demolished. I'll have to sell off some stock before our next game. I'm starting a collection. I'm hoping to draw an American Express Gold card. If I have any more cards, I'll be Hallmark. I haven't seen anything that ugly since the Bulgarian beauty pageant. This buffet is all you can eat. Go ahead and have seconds. You better let him hit you. Why don't you escargot for another? That hand is like a used car. You'll never get anywhere with it. You haven't got enough firepower to blow your nose at this point. You can stare at those cards all night, but they won't change if you don't take a hit. You're in fine shape. You'd better stand. You'll stand if you know what's good for you. Show some courage and stand. There's a time to take action and a time to stand still. Stand at attention and you may get promoted. That's a fine opportunity to double down. The classic double down scenario. You should double down on those cards. I once told a fellow in Hong Kong to double down, and now he's in Mugu Gaipan for life. Only a dullard declines the double down. The smart money is on the double down. Here's your chance to split. That's a double gift, if you catch my drift. You better shatter those and see if there's a blackjack in the shards. A most rewarding risk, Reginald. Captain Ahab never had a catch that good. A marvelous power play on your part. You certainly crashed that house party. I'm glad to see you've decided to use your powers to do good. Very smooth, my friend. Very smooth. What a shame. Pardon my wincing. You were overmatched that time, friend. I'm not smirking at your misfortune. It's an old war wound. Well, Goldilocks, it's always too little or too much with you, isn't it? What a miss! It's a good thing you don't kick field goals for a living. Well, that certainly paid off. I like what you stand for. Now that's standing with style. That's a regular fireworks stand. Colorful, flashy, and lucrative. Courageous decision to stand like that. In your case, inactivity equals opportunity for productivity. I suppose you understood. Nobody stops on third base in the bottom of the ninth. Dreary, dismal, dumb. That's what happens when you stand in the rain. That wasn't a stand. That was a slouch. Try not to do that very often. Congratulations. Fine catch, Mr. Mantle. That was done so well, it could have been me. If I weren't already ridiculously wealthy, I might demand a consulting fee. Astoundingly well done. You're double down and out. How very distressing. Your bulb went a little dim on that one, didn't it? That was a catch you ought to have dropped. You missed the bullseye. In fact, you missed the whole bull. Out sightseeing, are you? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Perhaps you should pursue other hobbies, like drinking domestic beer out of aluminum cans. You can't be a real gambler. You must be a spy from another casino. Do you think you would be more comfortable at an easier table? I commend you, sir. Magnificent. Now you're betting with panache. A bet of titanic proportions. Let's hope it doesn't sink. Well, you can't purchase a decent yacht for that amount of money, but you can buy a damn fine scotch. That's a beginning. You're on the right track now. Now you can afford a fresh pack of chewing gum. Shall we take the training wheels off of your bicycle now? I'm in the presence of a winner. Unfortunately, it's not you. Chump change. Ho-hum. I keep winning even when I'm trying to lose. I have to make my tip money somewhere. After all, I certainly wouldn't use my own money. I don't even get off my couch for this kind of money. A few more of those and I might start to get excited. Oh my! Nicely done. Go ahead and count your chickens. They've hatched. Oh, money is wasted on the middle class. You're the king of cha-ching. That's taking the bull by the horns. Eureka! I hold the gold. Are you all quite jealous yet? Just what the doctor ordered. I may just have to buy this casino and fire the dealers for being too generous. Waiter, I'll have a win and tonic. Surprise, surprise. There you go. Will wonders never cease? Once a winner, always a winner. Have you considered the possibility that the dealer is lulling you into a false sense of security? Good for you. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That was amusing. Well, there goes the tip for the lavatory assistant. I never liked that particular chip anyway. A million more of those, and I still wouldn't care. I am dumbfounded. Letting up, old man? Too bad. At least you're consistent. Better you than me. This isn't one of those games where the first one out wins. Cheer up. That bet was so small it was barely even money. I'm awake now. Well, what do you know? All right, let's go 2 out of 3. What are you people looking at? At least I can afford it. Dealer, does your quality of life mean anything to you? That was very, very regrettable. You're down, but not out. Gruesome spectacle. If you put your head in the lion's mouth, you're going to get bitten. Good Lord! Your internal organs aren't worth that much on the black market. Look at it this way. You have less money to waste on California wines. I'll be a monkey's uncle, which would make you my nephew. I commend you, dealer. I can live with that. I don't enjoy having my time wasted. Few ever push me and live to tell about it. Dealer, I suspect you are just about to regret coming to work tonight. Those cards were worse than Dan Quayle's vocabulary. Don't fret just yet. Curses. Failed again. I don't know if you should be playing at this table with us. Maybe you should go and play with yourself for a while. That march of dimes is headed in the wrong direction. Have you taken a vow of poverty, Monsignor? That was a blow to the ego, and the id, and the superego. How on earth? Most improbable. I would never have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Now that's what I call blackjack magic. You'll probably stumble across the Holy Grail on your way to the car as well. Next, I expect I'll be seeing Elvis climb out of a UFO. I think I'm getting a bit of a cramp in my patience. Are you finished looking at the pretty cards? Take your time. I have nothing to do this week. Maybe I'd better draw up my will. Don't be pressured into settling for something that doesn't suit your needs. What a pleasant surprise. Aren't you the lucky one? You must be an idiot savant. Without the savant, of course. I'm contemplating whether or not to have my bodyguard beat you about the head and neck. Fascinating. For a brief moment there, I actually envied you. Do come again. I understand the Salvation Army has a wonderful soup kitchen downtown. It's an awful pity you have to go. Talk about a fall from grace. Look at it this way. You just eliminated the risk of getting paper cuts from newly printed money. Brilliant execution. How exquisite. It looks like you have a streak going. You're blazing a trail to victory. Pardon me, would you happen to have any Grey Poupon? Well, Saddam, that was quite a coup. Must you continue? What a wretched mistake. Did you learn that trick back at the trailer park? Please, if I laugh any harder, my ribs will ache for a month. You must be a member of the upper class. While it is true you have no talent for this game, this is mitigated to some extent by your complete lack of personality. This is a massacre. The dealer is dominating. The house is on fire and we're getting burned. We're all getting beaten. I guess misery loves company. This feels like Greece versus the Dream Team in Olympic basketball. Dealer, you keep losing like this, and you'll lose your job, too. Dealer, you are in a most unfortunate position. This must be terribly embarrassing for you, dealer. Perhaps we should bury the dealer. They're so cold they have to be dead. Excuse me, dealer. This wouldn't happen to be your first day on the job, would it? Hit me, Hilton. One more, if you please. We already know I'm good. But let's see how lucky the dealer is tonight. I'll have another martini, another card, and another stack of the casino's money. Let's see what caliber weapon you're packing tonight. I need more, and you need to oblige me. I'll stand. I'll go to war with these boys. I can win with these. I have before. My sword is sharp enough. Thank you. If I want anything more from you, I'll beat it out of you. I'll stay. It's the least this old Doberman can do before he goes for the kill. I'm afraid I must double down. My lord, the Duke will double down. Mr. Button-Down says double down. Doubling down is even more fun with a couple of supermodels. I build upon my great renown. Every time I double down, my Rolex says it's time to double down. Dealer, I'll split. I'll sing this duet. It's time for this stock to split. In the Kremlin, they say, Dealer, I'll splitski. Methinks I'll cleave this hand in two. These two valentines will break your heart when they break the bank. I haven't got a prayer with these cards. I can't win with these cards. I'd like to I'm afraid I'm not used to saying surrender. I'd like to surrender, and I would like a root canal as well. These cards are worthless. I surrender. I'd have better fortune with tarot cards. I surrender. I'll place a minor bet. A little bet for a little hope. Here's a little blue-collar bet. I lose more money than this in the seats of my Bentley. Good things come in small packages. I know it looks like a chip, but he's the scout for a vast army. Just one pot of gold this time. I'll commit to the upper limit. Here's a bit of caviar. It's almost mind-boggling to imagine what this amounts to in Canadian currency. I know this is a rather large bet, but this table appears to have sturdy legs. It's ironic. This is the minimum bet in Monaco. Insurance? Why, certainly. Insure me, please. Oh, why not? The way this dealer's been driving, I want full coverage. Insure me. Insurance? How blue-collar? I'll try it. Insurance? Surely you jest. Insurance? How pedestrian. I'll pass. You don't amass a fortune like mine by playing it safe. I'll forego the insurance. Insurance? Next, I suppose you'll offer me a flannel shirt and a spit cup. I never increase my policy without speaking to my accountant. They don't call me Sterling for nothing. Push my gelt across this felt. Hold your applause, please. I don't want to attract the paparazzi. Hail Caesar! I win so much, you'd think I work for the casino. Sorry to bore you all with my magnificence. Oh, so that's what it feels like. Dealer, I killed the last man that did that to me. You know what they say. Unlucky in cards, lucky in love. That's enough of that. If that happens again, I may have to strike someone. That was a tiny skirmish in a great big war. I'm not worried. The ace gets blackjack. I do so love this game. Would it be uncouth to applaud myself? The best for the best. You may call me King Victor. Am I really good, or am I truly superior? I'd like to thank all of the little people who made this possible. I'll be signing autographs in the lounge later. I wonder if Harrison Ford will be available to play me in the movie. Even the federal government doesn't make money this well. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Like the phoenix, I shall rise again. I feel like I'm trapped in a work by Salvador Dali. This is utterly surreal. I'm afraid I must go. I'm having brunch with the president tomorrow, and I need my rest. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. This could take a while. I'm sorry. I thought this was Go Fish. The last time I got this many cards, I was in the hospital recovering from severe tennis elbow. I'm trying to use up all of the bad cards. Take another. You need more than that. You'll do well to take a hit. You cannot stand on that. Looks like your house of cards needs another wall. I may be well off, but I still take things for free. Take a hit. You've got what you need. You'll stand, of course. If you don't stand, you'll be lying down in a minute. Things could get pretty messy if you don't stay where you are. A wise man doesn't take any more than he needs. You'd better stand. Double down, my good man. Double down. You'll double down, of course. I recommend a double take on the double down. The truly debonair always double down. If you don't mind taking advice from a clearly superior player, I would suggest you double down. Double down and you'll win plenty to put in your portfolio. Splitting's your best option. It's time for that couple to break up. You simply must split. A stellar hit! What good fortune! You've created another masterpiece. Frank Sinatra never had a hit that smooth. Excellently played. You must have been watching me to see how it's done. Tragic. Simply tragic. Deeply regrettable. Keep your chin up, old man. We all make mistakes. You must be cursed. This game separates the men from the boys. That is an ugly miss. No offense to your wife. Outstanding! That was rewarding. You made the right choice that time. Standing room only. This show is a hit. In trying to best you, the house got the worst of it, eh? Now you're reaping the rewards of rigidity. You could have used that card. That was a woeful miscalculation. That's what you get for standing in the way of progress. You must have a black belt in kung foolery. That was painful to watch. The only decision you could make worse than that would be to have children. That's double divine. Fantastico. It does pay to follow my advice. Mr. Kasparov wins again. Brave, bold, and beautiful. I can only assume you're copying me. Too bad. Would you care for an Alka-Seltzer? That was double down and dirty, wasn't it? Another wrong number, but I'm sure you're used to that. I'm guessing that double left your bank account in rubble. Poor fellow. That's rather, well, small, isn't it? Don't be afraid. It's only money. I don't mean to intrude, but I've been wondering. Are you colorblind? I imagine you buy your cigars at convenience stores as well. Good show, old man. Now there is a bet. Bravo, maestro! Bravo! I wouldn't bet that much on a fixed polo match. I've sued people for less money. Why bother? I'm in awe. That's hardly worth the chip it's printed on. I wish I could say I'm impressed. But frankly, I'm barely awake. Waiter, a round of Shirley Temples on the big winner. Anybody want an extra chip? 50 more of those ought to cover the green fees at Pebble Beach. Be still, my beating heart. A small victory is a victory all the same. Waiter, a glass of Dom Perignon for myself, and a glass of Ripple for my friend. Dealer, you might as well keep that. It isn't worth my time to even pick it up. Fantastic. I say! Oh, look! The crackpot hit the jackpot. I think I'm starting to like your style. You'll never see that much cash again unless you embezzle it. Let me guess. I'm on bloopers and practical jokes, am I right? For me? At last. My chips come in. That's too hard to transport. Couldn't I just have an ingot? If I keep winning like this, the pit boss may kick me in my assets. Goldfinger's got nothing on me. I've got a license to kill, and I just used it. Good for you. Bully for you. Stranger things have happened. Isn't that nice? Now you'll be able to pay your room service bill. Oh, those must have been my cards. You won. That's an oxymoron. And so are you. Oh, well, just like playing the parking meter. I'm just dangling the bait. That is my personal experiment with trickle-down economics. How utterly baffling. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. It could be worse. Tush, a mere pittance. You're probably used to that, aren't you? Somebody has to lose. Choose not to lose. You have no use for pocket change anyway. As far as I can tell, those sweatpants have no pockets. Well, that was bracing. I am not amused. I sneer in the face of such minor defeats. Darn! That brings me down to 1,000% profit. You'll have to kill me to get rid of me. Well, That was bracing. You're not out of it yet. Oh, that is a cruel blow. Tough break, Wall Street. You don't do anything halfway, do you? I haven't seen a collapse that large that wasn't preceded by an earthquake. Look at it this way. You just eliminated the possibility of some insincere gold digger marrying you just for your money. Frustrating. A temporary setback. You have to do better than that to beat me. Nobody wins. Just like the Reagan era. Dealer, you're going to have to go out of your way to make that up to me. It appears the best treasure is still buried. You're not a loser. You're a wiener. Insignificant. I think it's quite admirable that you've risen above the common love of money. That is regrettable. Even the Pope allows himself to keep a little money. That's a Maalox moment, if I ever saw one. Unbelievable! It's about time. Mathematically speaking, it had to happen. Maybe you'll win the lottery, too. You blackjack hammered that hand into oblivion. I think I'm going to invite you to my penthouse for a cocktail. Excuse me, but this isn't solitaire. Hurry up, winter's approaching. I'll need another shave before you're done. Oh, don't mind the rest of us. The best eggs in this hunt are still to be found. Hooray for you. It's David and Goliath all over again. I haven't been this shocked since my stun gun misfired. You are set for life. That represents a great deal of macaroni and cheese. If you can actually turn this into a living, I might invite you to some of my parties. Thanks for joining us. It was a pleasure preying on you. I mean, playing with you. I misspoke. So, it's back to the work release center, eh? What? Out of gas, Exxon? You just dropped your nest egg, and the yolk is on you. Positively sparkling. That shows genuine promise. That's a nice little pile of chips you're amassing. Your inspired game will bring you fame. Do you prefer Your Highness or Your Majesty? Quite the accomplishment. Good showing, old man. Ghastly. What a cad you are. Do spare us your mediocrity. You are the Baron of Bad. It must be awful for you, being born bereft of any talent. You are the Socrates of mediocrities. We've certainly met our match. We can't all be this bad. The dealer must be great. This is why the dealer is on the far side of the table. If the dealer was to kick our butts any harder, we would have to walk on our hands for the rest of our lives. I haven't seen anyone that lucky since Lyle Lovett married Julia Roberts. Or since Julia Roberts divorced Lyle Lovett, for that matter. The dealer's got a cold hand. The dealer is so cold he must have the flu. This dealer is being dealt with. The house should be condemned. The dealer is in the water, and the sharks are circling.